Hey everyone, welcome to a special holiday edition of my usual art YouTube videos. This time around, I'll be talking about a cheat that anime likes to do, and it's also called the cheeky mouth trope. And it's something most people watching anime probably would have noticed. It's the idea that they paste these mouths on the side of their faces rather than animating the mouth itself when it comes to side views. Now, there are good reasons why, some more obvious than others, so let me get started on that. So, the most simple answer that people probably would have suspected is the fact that it's just more work to animate the squash and stretch on side profiles than just copy and pasting mouth templates on the face. This is obviously for budget and labor reasons. When you are animating the mouth from side view, you are also changing the silhouette of the character's side profile. So this is of course going to take quite a bit of work, especially if they're talking quite a bit. So for animators, it's going to save you a lot of time when you just could just have a face, a static face, and you just change the mouth on the face in order to have them talk. Of course, drawing it properly will change the silhouette as I mentioned, and I gave you an example here. So you can see that if I were to shoehorn the mouth moving for this character, you will create certain problems with their silhouettes. So this is especially true with anime when you have all these wacky hair silhouettes and such. When you are actively changing the mouth, you're changing the silhouette of the face, which may conflict with the hair and other design elements of the character. So this is one of those things that just save yourself a headache. Don't want to deal with every single mouth position with juxtaposed with their silhouette. So just make it easy for themselves and just animate the mouth and leave a static face. Now, of course, if that's all, then this video would be rather short. But there is one layer more in the cheating that derives from this one. It's the idea of the true side view versus the cheated side view. So I opted to use a fine art painting to show that even at the highest level of fine arts, these artists will cheat. So notice that in the true side view, the mouth open is going to create a sort of hollow ground on the face. Whereas most artists will do the cheated side view, which is to show the far side of the mouth in order to create certain dimensions on it. So this goes into a fundamental principle when animating and drawing the side view mouth. The true side view of your mouth lacks indication of 3D form. Again, it's just a void, it's an empty area. When you cheat the side view, you rotate just enough to show the inner of the mouth, creating a more interesting 3D form for you and your audience to look at. This is why artists rarely work in true side view. It just looks better when you just rotate just enough to show the far ends of the features. This will allow the drawing to hint towards a more three-dimensional shape rather than the pure side view, which will most likely just make a very flat silhouette that doesn't generally work, especially for a lot of styles. And this will pertain to not only anime, but anything that you can think of. This is something by Bo Chen. You can see that this is what I mean when it's a cheated side view. And most artists will opt to use this slight rotation in order to create a better sense of form that a pure side view might not. This, of course, doesn't only pertain to the mouth, but also pertains to the eyes. So if you check the far side of the eyes, now you're denoting that. and that will let you relate to the closer eye, which will create a stronger sense of form. Now, this is something I'll be talking about in a future video, but for now, just understand that even though anime exaggerates the amount of the cheated side view, you can still take from it and understand where they're coming from and use that to your own style, even if you're not drawing cartoons or animes. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope that helps. Happy holidays, and I'll see you next time.